Here is Liverpool's Leeds United 11. Liverpool will host Leeds United in the Premier League on Saturday evening. The Reds secured their Champions League qualifiers midweek but suffered a shocking defeat against Nottingham Forest last weekend. Leeds are at the bottom of the Premier League after 4 straight defeats and have 9 points. Liverpool's injury list is so severe that the hierarchy is looking for a new club doctor. Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota are not expected to recover before the World Cup. Arthur Melo has barely had time since his emergency loan spell and looks like he'll be in the treatment room for a long time due to a thigh injury. Naby Keita and Joel Matip could be ready in early November. Thiago Alcantara has missed the last 2 games of the team and Ibrahima Konate is also eligible to join the team this weekend. Jordan Henderson limped against Ajax in the middle of the week, but Jürgen Klopp mentioned his injury was minor. Liverpool's starting 11 is as follows. Alisson will take charge of the castle. Alexander-Arnold at right back and Robertson at left back. The duo of Joe Gomez and Van Dijk will take time in the centre line. Fabinho and Henderson are expected to play in the midfield. The duo will be accompanied by this season's debut name, Elliott. Mohamed Salah will take charge on the right wing and Carvalho will take charge on the left wing. In the forward end, Darwin Nunez, the in-form name of the last weeks, will play. Do you think Liverpool can beat Leeds United? Liverpool are looking for an extraordinary transfer. According to the latest news, Tottenham is reportedly in danger of losing one of their star names in 2023. Antonio Conte's team is having a solid season so far. Despite putting on a stable performance, they are 1 game away from securing their place in the last 16 of the Champions League. The Spurs are also 3rd in the Premier League and just 5 points behind Arsenal. Conte has really put together a strong roster and there are plenty of options across the team. The signings of both Dejan Kulusevski in January and Richarlison in the summer significantly strengthened his offensive options. However, the performance of South Korean star Son Heung-min, whose performance fell after these additions, created controversy. The popular South Korean star has not been able to give his best performance this season, despite playing regularly under Conte. He has only 5 goals in 17 games so far this season. And he was surprisingly on the bench last month in their 6-2 win over Leicester City. His contract with Tottenham is currently due to expire in the summer of 2025 and the club retains a 1-year option on that deal. However, the news about Son's departure from the club has increased considerably recently. According to German sources, both Liverpool and Real Madrid are watching the player closely for a possible move. Brazilian sources think Son may want to leave Tottenham. It has also been reported that ties with Liverpool have increased in recent days and Klopp is a huge fan of the player. Son shared the Golden Shoe Award last season with Mohamed Salah, and the German coach reportedly dreams of reuniting the 2 stars at Anfield. But getting him away from Tottenham can be incredibly difficult. Spurs president Daniel Levy is one of the high chances that a hard-to-handle dealer will struggle with the transfer. Scottish broadcaster and former Spurs forward Alan Brazil are pressing Son to leave in 2023. He thinks he needs to get away from Tottenham and that he is a quality player who can play for the best teams in the world. I've always said I hope Harry Kane doesn't go anywhere. I hope Harry stays with the Spurs. The end is different I think. He could have moved, he said. The player is huge for Tottenham, both in terms of commercial value and his ability on the pitch. Simply put, if he plays well, Tottenham will play well, and even though he hasn't given his best this season, Tottenham has no reason to want to sell the player, but to pursue a career on the player's side with a team that is constantly battling in the Champions League and aiming for the top of the league. The South Korean star has no trophies in his career and it is true that such a player needs trophies now. Son, who transferred from Hamburg for £22 million in 2015, is currently in his 8th season with Tottenham and has scored 136 goals in 342 games. Can it be successful too? Early deal from Liverpool. Liverpool's moves towards the future continue. In the upcoming transfer window, multiple stars are on the radar and the club is looking to fill the gaps with quality names. A Dortmund star has already been on the agenda since the summer, but now a new name seems to be on the agenda. Youssoufa Moukoko, Dortmund's 17-year-old superstar candidate. News of Liverpool's take on the 17-year-old striker sensation has risen in recent weeks. It is reported that Klopp very much wants the Cameroon-born German youth national team player, whose contract with Dortmund will expire next summer. It is claimed that the player refused the new terms offered by his club due to an internal family dispute, and his contract status is not clear. In this scenario, Dortmund could be forced to make money in January to avoid losing Moukoko as a free agent in 8 months. Moukoko has started this season more often than ever before at Dortmund's offensive end. He has 4 goals and 3 assists in 10 Bundesliga games this year, including a vital hit in their 2-2 draw against arch-rivals Bayern Munich on the 8th of October. PSG and Real Madrid are also known fans of the young superstar. However, according to the latest news, a transfer to England and accordingly to Liverpool is now on the agenda. One of the reasons that paved the way for this transfer is that Moukoko will join UK-based football agency Unique Sports Management when she turns 18 next month. This will reportedly pave the way for his move to the Premier League. Liverpool are the only English club to be seriously mentioned as a contender for his signing. There is no clear figure yet on how much Liverpool would have to pay to sign Moukoko. The high potential indicates that a deal won't come cheap, but given the contract status and only 6 months to January, Dortmund's hand will be considerably weakened. Moukoko is not the only Dortmund star on Liverpool's radar. We have already conveyed this to you at the beginning of our video. Their admiration for Jude Bellingham has been crystal clear since the summer transfer window. It is also an accepted fact that Liverpool need a midfield overhaul. Bellingham, 19, emerges as the club's primary target to lead the next phase of Klopp's midfield evolution. Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City and Real Madrid are among the teams that will push to sign the English star. Former Premier League goalkeeper Paul Robinson urged Klopp to knock down FSG's doors and act fast in January. Robinson expects both players to leave Dortmund in the summer rather than in the winter, but he doesn't think this should stop Liverpool from trying. Bellingham isn't expected to move until the summer, which means any club that bids in January could have to massively overpay. Prices for Bellingham range from £83 million to £131 million. But Robinson believes Liverpool's midfield problems are so great that overpaying to get a player, especially of Bellingham's caliber, is worth it in the long run. Both are summer moves. To have a chance to sign any player in January, you'll be overpaying for them. Bellingham and Liverpool are very suitable. He's the type of player to thrive under Jürgen Klopp. If I were in their shoes, I would definitely try the odds of getting him in January. They are pretty much out of options in that area. If I were Jürgen Klopp, I would have crossed the line in January and tried to sign him earlier. They need Bellingham as soon as possible, Robinson said. Of course, Liverpool has an urgency because in the summer, Arthur's addition to that region was injured before he joined the team and it was certain that it would take a long time. Therefore, Klopp's options remained the same again. However, it may be necessary to pay a price above the upper limit to transfer Bellingham at half-time. However, it is also possible to gain the advantage of being ahead of other competitors. A more likely transfer in January seems to be Yusufu for Moukoko. If the young superstar candidate does not sign a new contract with the club, there will be no obstacle for him to join a new team and he will be able to move to Liverpool for a price well below the price tag. If Liverpool sign the 2 stars, there's no doubt he'll be a pretty good addition to the team.